Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
What's up, everybody? I am Milan Jordan. This is the MMA Daily Blitz, brought to you by FanStream Sports, powered by DSP Media. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Twitter at Milan Jordan. Also, check out our website, fanstreamsports.com, for more great content. All right, it's the first week of July, so that means it's International Fight Week in Las Vegas, culminating on Saturday night with UFC 290. The Ultimates Invitation amateur tournaments in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and boxing is going on this week. You got UFC X with meet and greets, autograph sessions, and tons of other stuff for fans to enjoy. Thursday, you've got the 2023 UFC Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Inductees include former middleweight champion Anderson Silva, former featherweight champion Jose Aldo, the first lightweight champion UFC history, Jens Pulver, and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Just an outstanding Hall of Fame class in 2023. That's going to be happening tomorrow night in Vegas. And, of course, International Fight Week culminates with the UFC's next pay-per-view, UFC 290, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, featuring not one, but two title fights. The headliner is for the undisputed featherweight championship. Longtime champ Alexander Volkanovski takes his 25-2 record inside the octagon against interim champ Yair Rodriguez, who has just 3 losses in his 19 pro fights. Rodriguez won the interim belt over Josh Emmett when Volk went up to lightweight and lost to Islam Makhachev for the 155-pound belt. These two guys are exceptional strikers, but also aren't afraid to take it to the ground if need be, though I think Volkanovski has the edge on the ground. Either way, this fight should be full of fireworks, and again, if it's another win for Alexander Volkanovski, then this will certainly add to his among the GOAT status. And right now, he's regarded as the best pound-for-pound fighter on the UFC roster right now, or at least up there in the conversation. I know people talk about John Jones, but John Jones has only fought one fight at heavyweight, so I think that's why maybe it goes back and forth between Volk and John Jones. All right, in the co-main event, you got Brandon Moreno putting his flyweight belt on the line against number 2 ranked Alexander Pantoja. This isn't the first time these two are meeting inside the octagon. Back in May 2018, on a fight night card, Pantoja earned a unanimous decision victory over Moreno, and they also met on The Ultimate Fighter, season 24 back in 2016, an opening round matchup that also went Alexander Pantoja's way via rear naked choke. Meanwhile, for the first time since 2020, Brandon Moreno, he's fighting someone other than Davison Figueroa or Kai Kara France. Pantoja has won 3 straight in 4 of his last fights. Both fighters in this matchup are excellent BJJ practitioners. Expect an elite grappling match come Saturday night. And will Brandon Moreno be able to overcome that hump known as Alexander Pantoja, or will Pantoja make it a perfect 3-0 against the now current flyweight champion? All right, also on the main card, you have a middleweight number 1 contenders fight. Former champ and current number 2 ranked Robert Whittaker will take on 5th ranked Dricus du Plessis. The winner of this one has already been announced that they will face champion Israel Adesanya next. Now, Whittaker, of course, he only has 2 losses over the last 9 years, both of those coming against Adesanya. Whittaker hasn't fought since last September. It was a unanimous decision win over Melvin Vettori, while Dricus du Plessis is making a name for himself at 185, a perfect 5-0 in the UFC with wins over Brad Tavares, Darren Till, and Derek Brunson. So we'll see what happens come Saturday night, if his uphill climb will continue, or if Robert Whittaker will make it a trilogy against Israel Adesanya. All right, we got a lightweight fight on the main card as well. It's featuring a couple of fighters looking to move into the top 10 at 155. Number 11 ranked Jalen Turner, 13-6, taking on number 12, Dan Hooker, longtime fighter, 22-12 record for Dan Hooker. All 13 of Turner's career wins have been finishes, 9 KOs, 4 submissions. He's coming off a split decision loss to Matthias Gamrot in March. Prior to that, Turner reeled off 5 straight wins. As for Dan Hooker, he's 33 years old, but this will be his 35th career fight. He snapped a 2-fight slide with a beautiful body kick TKO win over Claudio Puelles at UFC 281 last November. 18 of Hooker's 22 career wins have been finishes, 11 knockouts, and 7 submissions. And opening up the main card in the middleweight division, you got Bo Nickel making his second UFC pay-per-view appearance as the highly touted prospect and world-class wrestler will face Val Woodburn, who became Bo Nickel's opponent yesterday, just 5 days' notice on Tuesday, when Trayshawn Gore announced that he was out of the fight due to a wrist injury that may require surgery. Meanwhile, back to Val Woodburn, he is 7-0. He was initially scheduled to fight on Dana White's Contender Series next month, but now will be on the UFC roster, opening up the pay-per-view portion of UFC 290 opposite Bo Nickel. And featuring the prelims, the headliner of the prelim card, Robbie Lawler taking on Nico Price. This will be the final fight of Robbie Lawler's long, illustrious career. Remember, his retirement was announced earlier this year for the former UFC welterweight champion. Last week, the UFC announced that it will celebrate Mexican Independence Day. We had American Independence Day just yesterday. Mexican Independence Day is coming up in September, and the UFC will have a special fight night event at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, headlined by a women's flyweight championship bout. Alexa Grasso, Mexican fighter, will defend her 125-pound championship for the first time against the woman whom she defeated for that belt, former longtime champion Valentina Shevchenko. The rematch will take place on September 16th at T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Grasso is 16-3. She won the flyweight championship, as you recall, in an upset submission win over Shevchenko back in March. She is fighting out of Guadalajara, Mexico. She's 29 years old. She's won 5 fights in a row, while Valentina Shevchenko, she's 23-4 now, but still the most dominant flyweight champion in UFC history, having defended the belt 7 times before losing to Grasso just a few months ago. The co-main event for that card was also announced that features a Mexican-American fighter when former middleweight title contender Kelvin Gastelum will make the move back to welterweight to face undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov owns a perfect 17-0 record, while Gastelum is 18-8. He hasn't fought at 170 pounds since back in 2016. Gastelum missed weight for a welterweight bout against Donald Cerrone late in that year, and then he was forced to move up to 185 pounds. Gastelum recently told ESPN that he wanted to return to welterweight because he feels 170 is his optimal weight class, but a great couple of fights in store in September in Las Vegas. All right, folks, well, that'll do it for this episode of the MMA Daily Blitz, brought to you by FanStream Sports, powered by DSP Media. By all means, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you consume your podcast. You can follow me on Twitter. Well, at least depending how verified you are, you can see 6,000 tweets or 600 tweets. Thanks, Elon. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Milan Jordan. Thank you for checking out the MMA Daily Blitz. Enjoy the fights this weekend. I will talk to you later.